paranormal experience on an army base. Man, do I have a story for you. You don't want to miss it. Stick around. Hello guys, what is up and welcome to my channel, Half Price Fish Productions. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe, smash the bell for notifications. Don't be shy, leave some comments down below. I always love reading your guys' feedback. But anyway, thanks for just checking out this video. So, let's get to it. Paranormal experience on an army base. This is my experience that I'm sharing with you. 100% true. I'm not making this up. You know, when it happened to me, I can't explain it. I tried to research stuff on the internet. I didn't find anything. So maybe you can help me figure out what exactly happened. Maybe there's some scientific reasoning for this. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to it. All right, so let me try and paint the picture just a little bit so you can get an idea of the playing field. So this happened about the winter time here on Fort Leonard Wood. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was working. I had to go conduct a security check at a building. And basically a security check is, go to this building, pull on the doors, make sure everything's locked up, make sure nobody's stealing stuff, breaking in, the building's not on fire, nobody, just make sure everything's 10-4. So it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I drove up on this building and it was my last security check. Okay, I got out of the car and there's this particular building is a community building for the government housing that's on Fort Leonard Wood. So there's nothing. It's just like an admin / rec building. Anyway, I got out of the car. I walked up to the front of the building, and I remember pulling on the doors. The doors were locked up, so we're good to go. And now I got to go and check the rear doors. And once they're locked up, then that's pretty much it. The security check is done. So anyway, I got done checking the front doors and I started walking around to the rear of the building. And this is where the weird stuff comes into play. So I went to the rear of the building, and as soon as I turned around the corner, and this is a rather large building, as soon as I turned the corner, I got this real distinct feeling that somebody was watching me. Okay, where your hairs stand up in the back of your neck. And I was looking around a little bit. There was 1 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. So I'm walking toward the rear entrance. All of a sudden, I hear what sounds like a couple of footsteps, but on top of the building, like on the roof of the building. And when I heard it, I kind of dismissed it as, oh, it's probably some type of critter. I don't know, a bird, or I don't know, something's up there. But anyway, I tried to look on top of the roof, but from where I was, and there wasn't a lot of light, I couldn't really see anyway. But anyway, I definitely heard something like walking on top of the roof. So I said to myself, that's where it started getting weird. And I said, let me just hurry up and do this security check so I can get this over with. So I walk up to the back of the doors. I pull on those doors and they're locked. So I said, okay, now it's time to get out of here. As I'm walking away, now my back is turned to whatever's on the roof. So as I'm walking away, I'm coming from underneath the building, and if there was something on the roof, now it could see me. So I'm walking away, and then all of a sudden, I hear this noise. And this noise, the way I can describe it is, it sounds like a tuning fork, like a tuning fork. And as soon as I hear that, it's very clear, distinct. As soon as I hear that, I stop and I start looking around, and I'm trying to pinpoint where it's coming from. And I remember walking in the middle of the parking lot and looking straight up in the sky like it's coming from above. But as I'm looking up in the sky, it's a very clear night. Um, all the stars are out. I didn't see anything, but I can really hear the sound of this tuning fork, and it went on for about, I don't want to exaggerate too much, but probably about 20 seconds, about 20 long seconds. Because, like I said, when I first started hearing it, I was walking around a little bit trying to figure out where it was coming from. Um, I couldn't figure it out. So I'm standing there in the middle of the parking lot, and all of a sudden it just goes away. And then when it does go away, off in the past the parking lot, just a little bit, there's a big wooden field. Within the wooden field, I hear some kind of scream, and I couldn't tell if it was a person or an animal. But when I heard the scream, I kind of told myself, well, maybe it's Friday night. Maybe there's people out there drinking or whatever, and they're just kind of getting out of hand. Because beyond that patch of woods, there is the actual housing area. So I was kind of curious if there were people back there. So I kind of got in my car, and I drove around. I drove around to the backside. At 1 o'clock in the morning, like, there wasn't anybody out. I didn't see anybody walking around the neighborhood. Nobody was, like I said, barbecuing or drinking alcohol. But it was, I couldn't explain the scream that I heard from the woods. I don't know what it was. But anyway, so when that finished, I was still in my car, and I also happened to live in that neighborhood, or right down the street from the community center in which I just checked. And I remember driving to the house, and I got out of the car, and I remember just being so confused, like what just happened. I remember going inside my house, and my wife was still up, and I asked her, did you hear anything? Like come outside with me. Did you hear? Like, can you hear something? And she said no, you didn't hear anything, and that was it. That was that story. I have no idea. Like I said, I never happened to me. It was weird. I, didn't know what was on the roof of the building. I didn't know what the sound was coming from. I didn't know whatever kind of scream what it was from the woods or whatnot. I don't know. But anyway, that was pretty weird. So, has this ever happened to you? Like, can you kind of explain this? Like, it's a little bit weird for me to kind of talk. Leave some comments down below. I thought I'd share this video. I will do a video for the 4th of July. which is coming up. I hope everybody's going to have a great 4th. But anyway, I hope everybody is staying safe and they're staying healthy because we still got COVID-19 going on. So I will see you guys later. Bye.